Hi everybody, welcome to our October edition of Working Wisely. My name is Roman and I'm co-founder of Workstreams.ai, and I'm here to show you the latest additions which we added within the last month and something, as the last edition of Working Wisely was a little bit of different format of discussion. So without further ado, let me share my screen. So, Working Wisely. First of all, let's have a look at what's new in the world of Workstreams.ai. Since we've seen each other last time, quite a lot of things have moved forward, and I'm super happy to announce that our workflow task templates creation is finally launched fully to general audience, and I will quickly show you how that makes a difference when it comes to creating a new task templates while setting up either new or existing workflows. We have a couple of really interesting new features to show, and these are frozen tasks and our very own in-app notifications. For the more tech-savvy population, we also have a very important announcement that we finally open up our public API and provide a documentation so it's very easy now to hook up any of your dev resources and feed Workstreams AI with your own data from whatever integrations you would like to. On the side of the improvements, we always invest in the improvements on the performance side, but this time actually there is some massive change, and on a task board which have 500 plus tasks, which might be some of you, you should see way less time needed to load the whole board. We are talking roughly 4 times faster loading time, and on the task boards which are this heavy, showing a single task details should be roughly 42% faster as well. We had certain little hiccups on the beginning of September that forced us to reload all the task chat history for any task in the past. So if you happen to have the right set of tokens on Slack, you should be able to actually find all the previous chats you had on given tasks anytime in the past in your tasks. So even if they are archived, they will have all your previous comments and discussions. Finally, we also added more content into our support and documentation. So now, without further ado, I would like to jump into a live demo and guide you all through the next few things. So let's start with the workflow task template creation. This time we are using our we call it playground board, as some of these features are so far available only within our workspace, and this board doesn't really have any meaning in general. It's basically our playground where we play with new things and where we show off certain features, tests, and have interactions with other members. So the first thing I want to talk about and show is how to create a task template within existing or new workflows. For that, I would try to reuse our recruiting workflow, and if you look at it, we see that we have a task template for new candidate, and I would like to add a task template for maybe hardware for a new hire. So until now, what you would have to do, you would have to go to task board, click on task templates, and from there set your new task templates. That's not necessary anymore. Directly within the workflow editing screen, you are allowed, and it's possible to either create new task, create new template, or include task template which exists. So this is nothing new, the include task template, but the create new template is a whole new set of functionality and brings a whole new view of how you can manage task templating within Workstreams. So we have this beautiful new screen, and we can either create a task from scratch. So every new hire might require headphones, and by pressing enter, it automatically saves that. You can add all the details you can imagine, or you can just add another task and say we also need external monitor. Press enter, that saves it. Or you can choose one of the existing tasks, which might be maybe the laptop itself. One of these. As you can see, the task which has previously existed somewhere inside of your workspaces, or sorry, inside of your work streams, has been automatically loaded with all its previous details. There's nothing simpler than just clicking a save template. As you can see, it's called headphones template. Maybe that's not what we want, and you can quickly edit the template by just clicking on it and say, this is a hardware for new hire. Save the template. And finally, save the changes on the workflow itself. And when we come back to the recruiting, this template is available directly for the use. Now we have some dogfight outside, which is always interesting, right, Martin? Well, that's what happens when you are recording live show, and we cannot avoid life. Life happens, which is beautiful. Now let's go back. So that is about creating the tasks within the workflows. We believe that this will make your life way easier, and it will prevent jumping to the task template. So the old school way would be to come here and manage all your changes from here. As you can still do hardware for new hire, you can edit that, and you can see this is the same task template, but the access within the workflows is way simpler. So that was the feature number one, which we wanted to show you. And the second feature we would like to talk about is our concept of frozen tasks. You might be wondering what the frozen tasks are. And it's very simple to explain. We consider frozen tasks which have no updates for quite a long period of time. Now, we had to draw a line what means long period of time. And we decided that for now, it is 30 days. So, in general, the concept works on a very simple rule. If there has been no update on a task for a certain amount of time, this will be represented by the blue bar on the bottom of every task. As you can see, some tasks have 6 days, some tasks have 256 days. And obviously, when they reach a mark of 30 days, they become frozen. We will be adding additional set of features like filters and switches, which will allow you to either hide tasks which are frozen for a certain period, or highlight tasks which are frozen over a certain period. But this is the first stage, which already provides incredible view of what's going on your boards. As I said earlier, this is our playground board, and it has tasks which have been around for a long time. So it's possible to locate tasks which are close to 1 year old, and believe me, we have boards which which show us that we have tasks which are around for 800 plus days, and everybody then needs to think twice: do we need such tasks, or can we just archive them? So that one, probably one of the next features we will provide, is just move those frozen tasks to a freezer, and don't bother me with them, because they obviously are not being worked on. If you would like to explore more, or you have some ideas, if you would like to change the time frame of 30 days to something less, please get in touch with us. We would like to hear from you. Where would you expect this setting to be done? Would this be on a workspace, or on a task board level, or on a personal level? We are definitely keen to hear from you. We have a couple of questions which came actually out of this concept, and we will be talking about them in a bit. Now, the third feature I would like to explain and show in more depth is our first shot at notifications. I would like to say a big thank you to our whole team, because the notifications concept came along very nicely in really short period of time. We started, I think, roughly 2.5 weeks ago in a hackathon, and within the first day we got the major concept in. And the last 2 weeks we was mainly tuning it and making it a little bit more round, and in a way hiding concepts which are still not fully implemented, so we can actually get it to beta. So I'm super happy to announce that these are now fully available in the beta, and whoever is member of our beta tier can turn them on by simply clicking notifications inside of the beta switch, and then you will find the list of notifications under notifications list. Now, as you can see, I have one notification assigned, visible to me, and that is task assigned to me. At this point, we support, I believe, 5 or 7 different kinds of notifications. We will go through them in a bit. So as you can see, this one was about something that has been assigned to me inside of the same channel, Workstreams Playground, and the highlight shows what actually was the content of the notification. There is more content inside, something to be followed on. Now I have a Lucas, who most of you probably seen before, who will be generating some more content for me. As you can see, there is a flying notification in saying, hey, can you please help me with this release so we get the feature live? Oh, sure, Lucas. Now this is a obviously a concept which you might know from all other platforms, and it was just a question of when rather whether, but it makes really big difference for our future plans, and for all the teams which would prefer to actually have notifications done inside of Workstreams rather than on the communication platform to avoid over communication. So here we can see that we have a couple of features, couple of notifications coming in. First, there was notification from Lucas about the mention, and then notifications about subtasks being assigned to me. Again, just by following the links, I'm getting highlights on given subtasks, and I can always allocate these features, these notifications, just by coming to notifications list and picking each of them one by one. Now, as we saw, there has been also notification about becoming a work step owner. So that's another type which we support, and by clicking on this notification, I'm being brought to the work step settings into the work step owner section, where I can now edit the ownership, and I'm an owner. We also support the notification on the workflow ownership and on the following of the tasks, and there is, I believe, a set of another 15 or 20 different types of notifications which might be coming out of the content you follow or you are assigned to. That is accompanied with the concept of notification settings, preferences, and further escalations, sounds. Well, as I said, it's a first shot right now, but it already provides great improvement into your daily life. If you are using Workstreams, this will definitely make you to be less over notified in your communication platform, separate the content, and make sure that whatever has been right now maybe polluting your Slack or Teams can stay within the Workstreams, and you can pull the information when you need to and separate it out of the human communication which might happen purely on the communication platform. So again, I would like to say a big thank you to the team. I'm really happy that we got it so far in this short time. Now, we have one more important thing which I would like to show, and that is a launch of our public API documentation. It's been a long time since we discussed the option of opening up fully for a public, and this was the first step. It's at this stage not the full list of all the API endpoints which we support, but it's definitely enough to get you up and running and open up Workstreams for any integrations which you can imagine. So we support the full possible implementation on the task level, on the access to your streams, on the user level, on the creation and updates of the workflows, labels, custom fields, goals, and there is also a quick section about authentication, how to get it up and running. At this stage, the tokens which are required for authentication are issued upon request, as the whole API is still in a public, semi-public, semi-private beta, and we are still working on certain ways how to actually automate the authentication. So if you would be interested in trying this out, please get in touch with us, and we will set you up within a day or two. So that is from the announcement sections on what's new, and let's have a quick look at what kind of Q&A we have prepared. So mainly these questions are coming from our beta testers. and we consider these quite critical, so we would like to share it with the wider audience. There will be three about notifications and a couple of them are also about the frozen tasks. So the first one, could the in-app notifications replace Slack or MS Teams notifications in the future? We definitely aim for that, and we will allow you to choose if you would like to turn the Slack or Microsoft Teams based notifications completely, or have a hybrid model, or use only Workstreams or only Teams, only Slack. There is a notification settings coming in, so this will be on the table. But at this stage, as the Workstream notifications are no noise and no sound, at this stage they'll be existing in parallel. Next one, would I receive an in-app notification when I'm invited to a task board? Yes, that is one of the types which we are considering on adding, and you will be able to pick which notifications you would like to receive. This will be definitely one of them. Will the notifications eventually be hooked to the operating system level? That's definitely on the table. It will be possible to get the full push-in notifications on your OS and on your mobile devices, like from any other platform. So it will be fully up and running, and you'll be in charge of what comes through. Now, moving from notifications to frozen tasks. As I quickly shown, the frozen tasks concept is very simple, and one of the first feedbacks we heard, okay, great, can this be extended to the goals? So there comes a couple of questions out of it, and the first one which came to my mind was, okay, would somebody expect that the goal becomes frozen if there is no movement on any task, or if there is no movement on certain percentage? So I'm not 100% sure how exactly it should work, but the concept seems to be pretty easily scalable. So yes, we would like to extend it. If you have any further ideas how this should work and operate, please do let us know. Again, on frozen task, is it possible to restrict the frozen task feature to reset only on certain actions, for example, subtask completion or work step change? That's a very interesting question. Yes, we thought about it. Right now, it's basically any kind of change on a task will reset the counter, and when we give you option to change the time frame, we might give you also option to change which events should be resetting the frozen task status. Now, that was all on the Q&A, and we are entering the last phase of our session, which is about what is coming soon. For a while, we've been teasing you about recurring tasks, and I promise that they are coming really soon. We are finalizing the UI concept. The backend implementation has been done for a while, and it's just about putting things together and make it round. The calendar integration for task boards, that's a very interesting one coming soon as well. And we are also getting really close to finalizing our thoughts about the user management, which would allow everybody to get a little bit more control of what can do what, or who can do what, and on what level. That being said, we are hiring, and we would love to hear from anybody who is in the software development, UX, UI, or recruitment area. Please get in touch. We have a beautiful jobs page. We would love to hear from you and start working with you. That being said, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe our channel, and see you next time.